Hello, and thank you for watching this Hexagon Geospatial e-training module, Extensions Made Easy, Maximizing GeoMedia Smart Client and Workflow Manager, Part 2 of 3, Use Case Building Permit, External Users. Be sure you watch Part 1 before you watch this video. Let's look at this extension from the external user point of view. This Workflow Manager example has been set up to automatically redirect the citizen requesting a building permit to log on to GeoMedia Smart Client, enter their credentials, and log on to the system. Then they can view existing permits and create requests for new building permits. First, we'll show the end user perspective of this extension. In this example, the end user is a citizen requesting or reviewing building permits. The Workflow Manager web application consists of a custom form header, including custom images and additional user information. A custom JavaScript improves the look and feel of the workflow list. This workflow opens a custom workflow that lets the external user request new and view existing building permits. For requesting new permits, the external user can search for an address and see it in a map. The custom script and custom controller centers the map and shows the marker for the location. The external user can also view existing permit requests and their locations in the map. Now let's look at how we can implement this workflow using Workflow Manager. Our first extension is a custom Workflow Manager application that provides a custom logon, which in this case is based on the GeoMedia Smart Client user logon pattern. Therefore, we'll create an empty C# ASP.NET MVC project in Visual Studio. Give it a name and add it to the existing solution. Click Empty and click OK. Add this Workflow Manager NuGet package to your resources by clicking References. Expand on Line and click Smart Client 15. Select the Workflow Manager and install it. Be sure to accept the dependencies. Now we'll add some folders to the project, such as the folder for the controllers. Right-click Hexagon Live Workflow Standalone, select Add, and click New Folder. Name the new folder Controllers. We have already prepared the solution, including the content needed in this example. The controllers, binders, and view folders are ASP.NET MVC folders. You can use the rest of the folders however you need to. We will implement a custom logon, so we'll need a custom model binder that binds the posted values to a .NET object. The .NET object, SC_logon, is a custom model in our project. In order to use this model binder, register it in the application in the global.asax. For our example, this has been added, and you can see here that the application_start called the base.application.start. The application can be configured to use a different connection, session, and authorization provider as the workflows are running outside of the GeoMedia Smart Client environment. Instead of configuring it in the workflow.config file, you can do it directly in the global.asax. Now that we have configured the application, registered the model binder, and bound the values to the model, we can use it in a custom controller for authentication. In this case, the controller is Hexagon Live Account Controller. The controller is a workflow controller-based controller using the standard constructor. You must set the authorization attribute to false in order to not check the authorization for the authentication controller. The controller has two main methods, index and logon. Index is used to display the logon form. The form has two form fields and a submit action to execute the logon. We use a custom script and a custom CSS file to display a custom logon page. Submitting the data to the logon action will bind the form values to the model and pass the object to the action. So we can see the logon method gets the SC_logon model passed and that the method itself is implemented similar to the logon done within the GeoMedia Smart Client application. Once we implement the controller, we must reference it to the web.config so that unauthorized users will be redirected to the logon page. In our case, we redirect to Hexagon Live Account/index, as you can see here. The second extension we'll look at is a combination of a custom JavaScript function and a custom controller to display the location of a parcel found during an address search. Whenever the end user creates a new permit request or reviews an existing one, the map should be centered to the location that belongs to the current request on the client side, and a marker should be added to the map on top of the parcel. To do this, we'll use a custom form controller on the server side called Hexagon Live Position Controller that gets a parcel ID and the currently used map view ID as input parameters. Within the geocode action, the system connects to the database to retrieve the geometry information of the current parcel. If it finds a parcel, it generates the center point of that parcel and, if necessary, transforms it into the coordinate system used by the current map view. The result is returned to the client so that the custom JavaScript function can center the map to the found location. Whenever the form is loaded, some change handlers are registered to listen, for example, on the change value of the parcel ID. Whenever the parcel ID changes, the custom controller is called and the result is executed in order to center the map and zoom to the found location. In order to be able to use the extensions, you must build the .NET project and copy the assembly to the bin folder of the workflow application. Also, put the JavaScript files into the custom folder of the workflow application. Be sure to watch Extensions Made Easy, Maximizing GeoMedia Smart Client and Workflow Manager, Part 3 of 3, Internal Users next. Thank you for watching this e-training module from Hexagon Geospatial. For more e-training, please visit hexagongeospatial.com/etraining.